This remarkable ability helps Pirarucu to withstand the long dry season, an ability that was developed during the drastic changes of Amazonia's long history. During the ancient past, other Amazonian fish developed strategies to help survive difficult times. And during the dry season, these become very useful. During the flood, the tambaqui gorged on nuts, using powerful jaws to crack them open. Now there is nothing to eat. It rests on the bottom of the pond. The tambaqui can survive these months of starvation because it has converted the nutritious nuts into fat. Beneath its skin, the lower third of its body has a thick fat layer. And as it waits out the long, dry season, it slowly consumes its fat reserves. In the tambaqui's deep pond, a similar strategy is used by a much larger animal. The Amazonian manatee is the only manatee in the world that lives in freshwater throughout its life. But in the dry season, very few water plants grow. There's very little to eat. Like the tambaqui, manatees gained weight during the wet season, but now during the dry, they must live off their fat reserves. While most manatees are losing weight, this one's belly is swollen. It's a female, and she's pregnant, and will give birth when the rains return. As the water in the rivers of Amazonia recede, numerous lakes become isolated from the main flow. In one of these cut-off or oxbow lakes, a family of giant otters enjoys easy hunting because the fish are confined and have nowhere to escape. This giant otter family group has been hunting together in the deeper parts of the lake. During the hunt, some family members drive fish towards others that lie in wait. Some months ago, the giant otter family set up their burrow or holt on the edge of the lake. And now, 3 new members are to be seen. After 2 months in the burrow, they're old enough to come outside and splash about in the shallows. The pups will grow up with not only their parents to look after them, but their extended family of older brothers and sisters will also continually look out for their safety. The otters share the lake with some unfriendly neighbors. The caiman, the South American alligator, grows 2 meters long and is dangerous. If this one gets too close without the otters noticing, it could take one of the pups. It's been spotted. Most of the family takes to the water to chase it away, and the mother quickly moves the pups back to the safety of the burrow. Having chased off the one that came too close, the otters now evict all caiman anywhere near their part of the lake. They make snorting sounds as a warning to the caiman. Their whining sounds are a contact call between members of the group. They have little fear of the caiman and harass it until it leaves. The otters claim priority over the lake. They move about freely and hunt wherever they like. As the day ends, the family gather. Caiman are no longer a threat, and it's safe for the 3 pups to come out and join their older brothers and sisters. Otters, like many other species, time their breeding to the seasons of wet and dry. During the dry, these pups are dependent on their mother. But in a short time, they will be big enough to hunt for themselves, and that time will coincide with the return of the wet. Finally, in November, the cycle of equatorial sun and wind draws the long, dry season to an end. At first, the rainwater from the Andes Mountains fills the Amazon River and its many tributaries. The flow into the low-lying, flat Amazon basin continues. Then slowly, the waters overflow the riverbanks, and once more, huge areas of forests become flooded. Again, for half a year, the greatest wetland in the world will sustain the lives of those adapted to the cycles of change. As waters rise in the forests, a great array of fish enter. They're eagerly pursued by their predators. The hunting pack of the river wolf family has increased in number. The 3 youngsters that grew up beside the lake are now active hunters. Of the offspring of other predators are still far too young to leave their parents' care. If these young 10-centimeter long Pirarucu survive the perils of growing up, they will grow into 3-meter giants like their red-scaled parents. Both parents care for their large family that numbers around 1,000.